I've got a few hours before I need to be at the morgue. Usual night shift. Not a good combination with an early morning. At least there are no deliveries to make today for Noriko or Corpse Girl. For the best. If Tomoe is quitting the business, we won't have a driver. Didn't really think that through when I encouraged her to go with her gut. Oh well, that's on Noriko. She's the brains behind the operation. I'm simply the muscle, just like I always tell her. Corpse Girl told Noriko to kill people. That's what she said. That's what Noriko, what Corpse Girl. That's what the person I know as Noriko told me. That begs a follow-up question. If Noriko isn't Corpse Girl, then who is? Is Corpse Girl a person? Someone whispering instructions in Noriko's ear? Has that always been the case? Was I so blindsided by Noriko's ambitions for grandeur that I disregarded the truth behind her words? Is Noriko nothing but a puppet? Too many questions. Doubt Noriko will willingly spell it out for me, not if she's gone to such lengths to mask the truth for so long. When Corpse Girl first told me to start killing. I can't get the quote out of my head. Too many moving pieces in this puzzle. Noriko, Corpse Girl, the Human Removal Service, the Herald, Junpei Masumoto, and Kenji Ogawa. Too many assumptions, too many shadowy figures. Makes me angry. Don't like it when I don't understand something. I'm clever, sharp, like to know everything. Like to predict what's going to happen next. Like to remain one step ahead of everyone I know. Right now, I feel 3 steps behind. Behind Noriko, behind whatever Corpse Girl is. Maybe Tomoe has the right idea. Maybe getting out of this situation is for the best. Though, could I really make a clean break? Could I really just walk away? Noriko isn't afraid to play dirty. That has become increasingly more evident, especially with the Kenji situation. If I walked, would I have to be on guard for the rest of my life? Would I have to be cautious of every shadow that flits in the darkness? Would Corpse Girl come to claim me as her own? That begs the question. If Tomoe quits now, will Noriko try to buy her silence with blood? She'll do anything to ensure her name isn't dragged through the dirt. Tomoe knows too much as me. She could compromise Noriko's entire operation if she lets the wrong words slip in front of the wrong people. Because of that, I have to believe that Noriko won't stand for it. Tomoe's life will be in danger if she quits now. I don't know how. I don't know by what measure Noriko will strike from the shadows. The girl is weak of body, though strong of mind, and her ambitions are steeled by some otherworldly force of will.
Noriko won't let Tomoe walk away from this.
As I said. Speaking the words aloud and hearing the echo throughout my apartment helps reaffirm the truth. I have to warn Tomoe. I don't know if it's too late. I don't know if she's told Noriko that she'll be quitting. But there's no time to waste.
Can I help you?
Tomoe in?
She's, are you a friend of hers?
Yeah. This is an emergency.
Really? Hang on. I'll go get her.
I wait patiently as the guy I assume Tomoe's boyfriend goes to fetch her. It's fairly late now. The sun is setting. I might miss the start of my shift at the morgue. This is more urgent.
Kojiro? What the fuck are you doing here?
Need a word.
How'd you get my address? You know what? I'd rather not know.
Tomoe, who is this guy? Why does he smell like...
Long story.
Is he bothering you? Should I take care of him?
My nostrils flare a little as I choke back a laugh. This guy is pretty scrawny, and no martial arts champion, but I find it hard to believe he'd pose a threat to me.
Nah, it's all good. He's harmless. Mostly.
I see.
He flashes me an untrusting glare.
Need to talk. It's important.
Fine, come in.
Him.
I point a finger at the
He
boyfriend.
needs to go.
Seriously?
Yes, come on. What do you think I'm here to talk about?
Ugh. Yeah, fair point. Shinya, can you, clear off for a bit?
Tomoe, I want to know what's going on here. Just who is this guy? Is he an ex-boyfriend of yours? Because I'll fight him. You just watch me.
No need for that. Not here to steal your girl.
Just listen to him, Shinya. You've no need to worry.
Fine then. I can tell when I'm not wanted. If anyone needs me, I'll be outside.
What a baby. A man comes over and you instantly think the worst. The boyfriend storms off like an upset toddler, and I finally allow myself to crack a smile. Does he not trust Tomoe? That's crazy.
What a catch.
Shut up. You don't know him like I do.
Okay.
Tomoe shuts the front door, leaving us alone in her apartment.
So what the fuck is this all about?
I need to know. Have you told Noriko you're quitting?
Nah, not yet. Surely you could have asked me that over noise.
Probs. Thought you might be in danger already.
Danger? Why?
Have a theory. Reckon Noriko will cut us up if we leave our merry band.
Nah. Noriko and I are besties. She wouldn't hurt me.
Don't act so certain. Noriko will do anything to protect herself. That neighbor of hers, the guy that got arrested, she set him up from the very start. Made him take the fall so she wouldn't become a suspect.
You're shitting me.
Dead serious. And
Take a moment to consider the best way to announce my next theory.
don't think Noriko's working alone.
Tomoe simply frowns at what I consider to be a startling revelation.
Well, of course she's not. We're working with her.
Guess I didn't explain it well enough.
Not what I meant. Noriko may not be the ringleader here like we assumed. She said, and I quote, "When Corpse Girl first told me to start killing," end quote.
Tomoe's silent contemplation convinces me that I'm onto something. Something that neither of us had stumbled upon previously.
Well, shit. I thought Noriko was Corpse Girl. She always calls herself that. In fact, she even admitted it to me once. Yeah, I remember it. I kinda suspected it and I asked her about it, and she confirmed it.
Sure about that?
Well, pretty sure, yeah.
Interesting.
Now I'm starting to doubt myself.
Don't sweat it. Noriko does refer to herself as Corpse Girl. I'm sure of it.
Right? I thought so.
But I'm still uneasy about it. Someone convinced her to start killing. And she seems to think it was Corpse Girl.
Ugh. I don't get it.
Neither do I. But I'll get to the bottom of it.
Right.
For now, for your own safety, don't tell Noriko you're quitting.
Seriously?
I don't know how she'll react.
What a drag. I really don't want to do this anymore.
Be patient. Give me a bit of time.
You sure you can sort this out?
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating my confidence. I'm determined to learn the truth about Noriko and the identity of Corpse Girl. Maybe I can figure out why all this started. Why Noriko is so intent on continuing down her path of destruction.
Leave it to me.
Thanks.
Later then.
I make my way to the front door and swing it open. I'm slightly startled when a heavy form stumbles into me. With his ear pressed up against the door, Tomoe's boyfriend couldn't avoid falling forward as the door opened. I looked down at him sprawled on the floor, groaning.
You okay?
He'll be fine. Get up, Shinya.
He clambers to his feet and dusts off his trousers.
I was, just,
Acting really pathetic.
Gotta go. Bye.
Don't have time for this. I push past him and make my way out of the apartment complex. My late arrival at the morgue is not met by any form of chastisement. The place is empty, devoid of life, nothing out of the ordinary there. Though something is off. It's too empty. Glancing around at the walls of the cold chambers, I immediately notice something suspicious. The majority of the chamber doors aren't sealed shut. They're slightly ajar, as though the last person to access them didn't close them properly. I would never do such a thing. I know to press the doors firmly enough that they lock in place. Leaving a cold chamber unsealed is a surefire way to assist in a cadaver's deterioration. And an unsealed chamber allows the odor of decay to leak into the morgue. Right now, I don't smell anything out of the ordinary, meaning these cold chambers are empty. Someone has removed the cadavers that were stored inside. This place was full to the brim just a day ago. There wasn't a single empty cold chamber. Now, a cursory glance shows that a good 90% of the cold chambers are unsealed.
Fuck.
My initial sense of uncertainty gives way to panic. I jog toward the left wall of chambers and start pulling the sliding trays out one by one. Empty, empty, empty. One after the other. Each chamber is devoid of its macabre contents. Even the HRPs have been removed.
Shit.
I come across one cold chamber that is still sealed. I press the release button in as I pull the handle forward. The familiar hiss of cold air escaping from the hollow space does little to allay my fears. I slide the tray out and sigh. Empty. It would seem that even the properly closed chambers have been evacuated.
Oh, fuck shit.
I dash to the opposite wall, the row of cold chambers that store bodies not due for cremation. The row that Noriko isn't allowed access to. But, just like the other wall, every chamber is empty. Doors ajar, unsealed, empty. I thoroughly check each and every one.
No luck.
I trudge towards the computer at the far wall. Logging into the inventory, I scan through the list of recent arrivals and departures. No bodies came in today. Unusual, but not itself a cause for concern. More importantly, no bodies have been checked off as removed from the premises. Each and every body that has disappeared from this place has not been accounted for. The correct protocols have not been adhered to. I can only draw one conclusion. The morgue has been robbed. And what does he have to do? He has to call the police.
Sorry to rock up so late.
It's fine. I was awake.
Okay, bad news.
Hit me.
Morgue's been plundered.
Plundered? What, are you a pirate now?
It's weird, but like being outside of Noriko's head makes me dislike her more. Like she's already pretty detestable, like most of the characters are in this game. I think that's the point. But like being outside of her head and not getting her thoughts makes her even more dislikable. It's weird. Because we stayed with her in her thoughts for so long.
Wait, your tone.
And I like
You're
Kojiro
not
a little
joking.
more.
No.
Even if I also have come to not like more things about him.
Explain.
All the cadavers have been stolen. Cold chambers are completely empty.
Fuck!
Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
How could you let this happen?
Me? I'm no security guard. Don't put this on me.
How am I supposed to acquire corpses now? How the fuck am I supposed to appease Corpse Girl?
Despite the fact she's having a Noriko moment, I don't miss the fear in her voice. Appease Corpse Girl. Not something you'd say if referring to yourself. She's clearly referring to someone else, some other being. Time to put her on the spot. Sick of always being 3 steps behind.
Who's Corpse Girl?
What?
Who is she?
Don't act dense. I'm Corpse Girl. If you're trying to be funny, it isn't working. Now isn't the time. We've lost everything, Kojiro. I've got a couple of bodies here at the factory, but they're allocated to victims already. If Corpse Girl gets any new requests, we won't be able to fulfill them.
There. You did it again. You referred to Corpse Girl as another person.
Can you stop messing around? Don't you see how serious this is?
I do.
I do. I see how serious this entire situation has become. Noriko is delusional. She refers to Corpse Girl both as herself and as another person. She pays no heed to the difference in her words, even when called out on it. She doesn't seem to be aware that she's doing it. Could be a personality disorder. Can't place blame on her if that's the case. So, I mean, you can place blame on her. What the fuck are you talking about? Just because somebody has a personality disorder doesn't mean they're exempt from their actions. But she could have split personality, but we didn't really see any... I guess we did kind of see that, the complete, like, disjointedness of her thoughts. But I think it's more than that. She believes she's being guided or goaded by Corpse Girl, forced to achieve her ambitions. There's more to it than a personality disorder. Something I'm not seeing.
So, what do we do?
What can we do? You'll have to break into another morgue. Start stealing corpses for me.
No.
What do you mean, no? Don't say no to me.
I'd do just about anything for you. But sometimes, you need to know when to call it. There's no moving forward from here.
I can't give up, Kojiro. I've come so far.
Somebody stole the cadavers from the morgue. From my morgue. Somebody who knows what I'm involved in. It wasn't an attempt to stop what we're doing.
What do you mean?
It was a message. Whoever did it wanted to prove that they are more powerful than we are. Pulling several hundred stiffs from a morgue, all at once, without getting busted. That's something even we couldn't achieve. Someone knows our operation, inside and out. Someone knows what we do and how we do it. And they wanted to prove that they can do it better.
The human removal service.
Who else?
Damn it.
Hope you can see the truth now. We can't continue with them in the picture.
You're right. Our next move is to destroy them. Destroy the Herald.
Who's allegedly immortal. That wasn't exactly what I was getting at. I was only trying to discourage Noriko from continuing with her
What do you
operation.
propose?
You said you'd do nearly anything for me, right?
More or less.
Then, hunt down Junpei Matsumoto. Again, he needs to reveal the identity of his leader, the Herald.
Right. Didn't work so well last time.
Can't forget that night, had the guy beaten and bruised on the ground, stubborn pup.
You were interrupted last time. Aoi got in the way, didn't she?
Yeah. Tried to defend her boyfriend.
You need to extract information from Junpei at any cost. When you're done, kill him.
I have no problem with that. But if Aoi is present again, I'll have to back down.
A few seconds of silence makes me ponder if Noriko still has her head in the conversation. I'm about to repeat myself when she finally speaks.
If Aoi interferes, kill her.
And just like that, Noriko's true heart is revealed. She'll stop at nothing to achieve her goals. I was right to fear for Tomoe's life earlier. I was right to fear for my own. If Noriko will cut down her best friend in the world, then she will show no mercy to anyone else. This kind of resolve, this steel-hearted determination. Do not say you admire it or something like that. I can't help it. Why do I keep calling this? I can't help but admire it. I respect Noriko.
If I do this for you, I want something in return.
What?
Be with me.
You still want me?
I've never wanted you more. I'm in love with you, Noriko, in case that wasn't clear before.
Okay. Take care of this issue for me, and you can call me yours. I'll be your girlfriend, or your wife, or your mistress. Whatever you want, my heart will be yours.
That's all I wanted to hear. All I needed to hear. I don't want to be alone anymore. I don't want to feel lonely. Noriko, Shizuko, even Tomoe, it doesn't matter. I just want somebody to love me, to hold me.
Okay, I'm on it. Leave it to me.
Thank you, Kojiro.
He's so weird as well, because he says, oh, she's like, I've never wanted someone more than I want Noriko, but then he's like, I don't care who it is, as long as somebody wants me. So he's confusing as well.
I'm putting my faith in you.
I step back, turn around, look up, stare at the skies in the pollution-clouded sky. When we get together, perhaps we can live in Noriko's apartment, my old place. It'll be like coming home after a long absence. Noriko will replace Shizuko in my heart, and life will go on. It's the same stakeout as last time. Junpei Masumoto, in his infinite wisdom, posted on Noise about visiting the maid cafe today. Don't know why he doesn't set his profile to private, especially after I followed him home last time. But I won't be following him again today. I'll confront him inside the maid cafe, a place where Aoi is unlikely to be since she quit the job a while ago. Although, did she really quit? If memory serves, she was dressed as a maid last time I encountered her. It's not that I have qualms about killing her. In fact, I'm not even bothered that Noriko is okay with ordering her death. I'm just thinking about the future. When Noriko and I marry, we'll want friends and family to attend the wedding. Noriko will need bridesmaids, a maid of honor. Aoi will be perfect for one of those roles. By sparing her life now, I can kick off my new life with Noriko on a high note. I'm aware other people will be present in the cafe. I've no intention of hurting them. I'll force as many as possible to evacuate, or I'll corner Junpei somewhere private. The dog himself arrives as I'm playing through possible scenarios in my head. He waltzes through the front door, completely oblivious to my presence across the street. I'll give him some time. Let him get comfortable, lower his guard. The weight of the blade inside my pocket is unfamiliar. Not like it's so heavy that it'll restrict my movement, just feels strange. Figured it was better not to tackle this unarmed. It's an emergency measure. After 20 minutes, I approach the maid cafe's entrance. Not a fan of the atmosphere. Too flashy for me. Prefer somewhere more simple, laid back. Junpei has a table near the far wall, alone. Not that I expected any different. A blond man trots over to refill his drink. He nods politely, but doesn't say a word. He hasn't seen me come in yet. Someone asks if I want a table. I don't respond. Someone else chimes in, something about paying the cover charge. I don't know. My attention is on the dog. No one attempts to hold me back as I march towards my prey. He finally sees me, but I'm 5 steps away and it's too late.
What the?
Long time.
You're crazy, man. Get away from me!
Looking at him up close, he doesn't seem too worse for wear, considering our last encounter. I start to wonder if I went too easy on him.
Can I sit here?
Hell no! Get out of here!
Thanks.
I pull up a chair and sit directly across from him. The blonde man from before offers me a menu. Blonde maid, not man. God, there's no men here. Then she gasps, and I hear something shatter on the floor.
It's you!
Strange. Oh, he didn't quit her job after all. Did she lie to Noriko? Did Noriko lie to me? I'm 90% sure it's her anyway.
Stay back, babe. I got this.
Yep, it's her.
Thought you quit.
Huh?
I thought you quit this job.
What? How would you know that?
I realized that I shouldn't spill any details on my relationship with Noriko.
Forget it.
Oh, you think you're hot stuff, right? Tailing me, beating me up, and now you're digging into my girl's business? The fuck is wrong with you, man?
Excuse me for a second.
I stand up slightly and lean over the table. Junpei recoils as my fist pummels his nose.
Sorry, had to do it.
I sit back down and wipe my bloodied knuckles with a napkin. Junpei clutches his face and sobs. Aoi is visibly shaking, standing next to her dog, unsure how to react. By some miracle, I don't think anyone else around witnessed the punch. For the best. Means we can get down to business without interruption.
Some questions for you.
You broke my nose!
Shush. Haven't asked my question yet.
Aoi somehow gathers the courage to flee. I don't watch her leave, but I get the sense she's gone to fetch help.
What do you know about the robbery of the hospital morgue?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, not the answer I wanted.
Junpei makes the mistake of possessing fingers. I jam a steel fork into the back of his left thumb and pin it to the wooden table.
You're going to give me the answers I want. Am I clear?
You're a nutcase. You're psycho.
True, that doesn't mean you shouldn't answer his questions.
No. For my next question, how did you find out about my involvement with Corpse Girl?
It seems that Junpei is carefully weighing his response for the first time. Instead of outright defiance, he wisely chooses to grant me a satisfactory answer.
It wasn't hard, man. You're not the most stealthy dude around, you know?
Explain.
You and that blonde gal girl, Tomoe Watanabe? You're not cautious enough.
So, he knows Tomoe's identity and her involvement. This hound is truly a liability.
It's not hard to tell you when you drive that hunk of shit van around town, dropping dead bodies off to Corpse Girl's targets.
He knows a lot. Way too much. How far does his knowledge extend?
I see. My next question, then. Do you know Corpse Girl's identity?
I think the real question is, do you?
I consider his words. Do I know Corpse Girl's identity? Beginning to doubt that. Had he asked me a week or two ago, I would have thought of Noriko immediately. Now, the way that Noriko has been referring to Corpse Girl, I'm not so certain. But I won't let this wounded mutt have the upper hand. I won't let him pry open gaps in my defense.
Wrong answer.
The only other piece of cutlery at hand is a metal spoon. I drive the slightly pointed rear end of it into the pointer finger on Junpei's already injured hand.
Corpse Girl's identity?
Fine. Noriko Kurosawa.
Interesting.
I see.
Hesitant tap on my shoulder from behind me causes me to turn.
Leave him alone.
Aoi has somehow gathered a half a dozen other bystanders. They're all glaring at me, fists clenched, ready to try and forcibly remove me from the premises.
We're not done here. Come back later.
Let my Junpei go! Stop hurting him!
For an outwardly meek girl, Aoi has more courage than I expected. I stand up and stretch my neck. I'm not looking for a fight with a bunch of cafe patrons. Heaving a sigh, I dip my hand into my pocket and withdraw the knife. Flashing it in front of the mob says more than my words ever could. They all back off, a few letting out snivels of despair. Aoi, either out of bravery or fear, holds her ground. A single watery tear welling in her left eye discloses her true feelings.
Leave. Everyone. Now.
Doesn't take more than this animalistic, primitive command to convince the crowd to disperse and rush for the door. Oh, come on. If there's a massive group, they would be able to overpower him. I don't think the whole of Japan is that cowardly. Aoi is amongst the fleeing throng, and she mouths the word sorry as she catches Junpei's eye. Satisfied that we will not be interrupted further, I return my attention to Junpei. He sobs vocally.
Don't kill me, man. I'll do whatever you want, you know? Please, I'm begging you. I've got my whole life ahead of me.
Relax. Only one more question for you.
What? What is it?
Who runs the human removal service? Who is the Herald?
I'm being completely honest with you, man. I don't know who he is.
Okay, since he doesn't know who he is, he could just be... It's Aoi. It's Aoi. I'm sorry, he? Who? You're giving me a red herring here.
He wears this creepy-ass mask and never speaks.
Oh, so you don't actually know the gender of the person, unless they're not wearing anything like revealing or whatever. That would reveal the body type. And never speaks, so you don't know if it's a guy. Can't tell if the dog is being sincere or lying through his
I need
teeth.
more than that. Who would know his identity?
Shit. Look, man. The human removal service. It's only the two of us. Me and the Herald. He recruited me online, you know? He makes me do his legwork. So, if I don't know
Maybe
who
it's
he
not
is,
Aoi then.
no one does.
Not good enough. Not the answer I'm looking for. I'll lean over the table once more, keeping my knife clearly within the dog's vision.
Not happy with that answer. Take a finger.
Shit, no, dude, seriously. Ask me a different question. Please, please.
Kojiro,
A voice I didn't expect to hear rings out from behind me.
Noriko.
enough.
Why are you here?
I overheard everything. It's enough information to use.
Is it?
Noriko strides forward. It's a little unnerving seeing her in the real world, away from the factory. She's been cooped up there for so long. Her pale skin looks almost otherworldly beneath the cafe's gaudy lights. For whatever reason, she's wearing her best clothes. They're almost clean, as though she recently did her own laundry. She walks with purpose, one foot in front of the other, but her gait is unsteady and she's visibly trembling. At the end of her path, she rests her palms against Junpei's table and takes a calming breath.
You stole the corpses from the morgue.
No.
Yes.
Noriko doesn't miss a beat as she flashes her phone at Junpei. I can't see what's displayed on the screen, but the doc hangs its head almost immediately.
It was me. I robbed the morgue.
Noriko pockets her phone. She then tosses a small bundle of bandages onto the table. Bandages? Junpei hastily grabs the offering with his good
Get
hand.
out of here. Get Aoi to bandage you up, and not a word of this to the police.
Yes.
I don't think you can convince the crowd that left not to go to the police. With a great deal of effort and a grimace, Junpei plucks the cutlery from his pierced hand and yelps. Not daring to remain in my presence any longer, he bolts toward the door.
But we're just letting him go?
Yes.
Don't understand.
He's gonna lead us straight to the Herald.
You don't need to.
Don't like that. Don't feel comfortable not knowing what's going on.
What did you show him on your phone?
Leave it, Kojiro. Put the knife away. We're leaving.
I obey her orders, returning the knife to my pocket. I follow her unsteady lead and we exit the empty maid cafe. Noriko gasps unhealthily as she quickly consumes her weight in water. With a loud swallow, she brings her sleeve to her lips and wipes her mouth dry. The empty water bottle clatters against the concrete and Noriko's gaze returns to me.
That's a bit better.
The visit to the maid cafe got the better of her. She spent too much energy intervening in the confrontation, but her motives for doing so remain unclear.
Fill me in.
There's no need to kill Junpei.
Why? He knows everything. Knows me, knows Tomoe. He knows... you.
Noriko hesitates, but she doesn't flinch at the revelation. Something tells me she already knew this much.
Junpei Matsumoto will be dead by sunrise.
Did you put his name on the Herald set website? I don't think so.
I made a request, Kojiro.
A request? The first thought that jumps out at me is that she requested for Corpse Girl to kill Junpei Matsumoto. But that's a ridiculous notion, isn't it?
I see. I don't think Corpse Girl can take care of him. He knows our whole operation.
Noriko's raised eyebrow conveys her confusion.
What? No, I didn't make a request through Corpse
But I
Girl's
thought they said they
website.
wouldn't go after an accomplice.
What would be the point of that?
I shrug because I truly don't know what else she could have meant. You're supposed to be smart,
I
dude.
used the other website, the Human Removal Service. I made a request for the death of Junpei Matsumoto.
Oh. But again, what good would that do? Junpei is an accomplice. If his colleague, the venerable, supposedly immortal Herald, receives a request to kill him, it will simply be ignored. Unless a startling realization dawns on me.
Shit, of course. Why
Okay,
didn't
now I feel
suggest
dumb because I
that?
don't get it. A haunting smirk is inscribed across Noriko's features. She knows that I have finally drawn the same conclusion.
The Herald is ambitious. His convictions are strong. Absolute, just like mine. Like Corpse Girl's.
Corpse Girl's convictions, huh? Corpse Girl would never reject a request.
That's right. Junpei Matsumoto is disposable. A pawn, the Herald will deal death to him in the same manner as any other nameless victim.
I see.
But more important than Junpei being killed is what we will discover in the aftermath.
Explain.
By knowing that Junpei is the next to be targeted, we can observe him and witness the Herald's killing method firsthand.
Ah. It's brilliant. Noriko has laid the perfect trap. By sparing Junpei's life today, we have set him up to be slaughtered by his own compatriot. And we can use his death as a means to uncover exactly how the Herald brings low his victims.
Have to add it to you. This is a pretty fantastic plan.
I know.
A few things.
Oh my god, she doesn't have to marry him or whatever now as well.
You have doubts?
Not doubts, exactly. Firstly, how do we know exactly when Junpei will be killed?
Noriko sweeps her hair behind her ear and scoffs as though the answer should be as clear to me as it is to her.
I specifically requested the time of death.
You can do that?
The Human Removal Service demands it.
Interesting. Second topic. What if you're wrong?
What?
What if the Herald isn't willing to kill his own ally?
In that case, It will prove something important. It will prove that we're dealing with a complete amateur. Someone whose convictions could never reach the strength of corpse girls.
And just like that, Noriko reaffirmed my earlier suspicions. Corpse Girl truly would destroy her own allies in order to see her ambitions fulfilled. Tomoe, myself, our souls are shackled to Corpse Girl's own black void, yet we are not safe from her wrath. Should Noriko will it, our flames will be snuffed out in moments. We are nothing to her, dirt, dust, ash. We will be blown away like the useless, incinerated remains of a cadaver.
Understood. Let's uncover the secrets behind the human removal service.
See you in the next one.